What is up, ninjas and ninjets, and everybody else who is subscribed to my channel? Y'all know me, I'm Virus, and today's review is going to be a long-awaited review, and a movie that when I found out that there was going to be a sequel to the first one, I was ecstatic and I couldn't wait to see it. I couldn't see it in the theater, which is a good thing, which made it all the more, like better to see it after the theater and on DVD. And that movie, my friends, is Alice Through the Looking Glass. Uh, this movie was released just last year. Um, when I found out the year before that there was going to be a sequel to Alice in Wonderland, uh, I wasn't even really shocked because of the fact that Alice in Wonderland's ending um kind of tied into what would be a sequel. How after Absalom had transformed into a cocoon, and then at the end when Alice had returned back to where she was from, um she had noticed Absalom. She didn't know it was Absalom, but she had a really good perspective and a really good feeling that it was Absalom, being a blue butterfly, being that he was a blue caterpillar, and that kind of tied into the fact that she was getting onto her father's ship, the Wonder, the Wander, and she had been setting sail to expand her father's company, her father and his partner's company, to China and India and everything else. And in this movie, is everything that I was kind of expecting. I was kind of uh, making little predictions here and there after finding out that there was going to be a second film to the Alice series. That I was 100% sure that there was going to be one, and that there would be another movie. I'm not sure if there's going to be another one. I'm hoping that there will be. I'm actually googling it as I speak. Uh okay, so there is not going to be another one, I guess. Um which kind of sucks because of the fact that it was such a good movie. I never really read the books because, obviously, um, uh, I have trouble trying to stay focused on a book. I have two books that I have out: I Am Haunted by Zach Baggins and Star Wars Dark Lord, The Rise of Darth Vader. I have only read four. That's other than the fact. This movie, graphics wise, was amazing, astonishing, just like the first one. Didn't disappoint in any way possible. Um, the fact that instead of starting it off at the end of the first one and beginning it where she's already on the ship, she's already at sea, and she's already, like she's running away. They're running away from pirates, and She's the captain of the ship. Was amazing, honestly. That whole first scene was mind blowing, honestly. Um, I didn't expect any less than that. from the movie. Um, and like I said, the graphics, it's always great. When she got back, when she finally noticed, when she finally noticed Absalom, when she was at Hamish's place, because she found out that Hamish had succeeded over his father, who had passed away a year prior to her return, a year earlier than a year before she returned in the movie, because she had been gone for 3 years, and the third year, he had passed away, and he had Hamish, who everybody should know tried marrying Alice in the first one. Um, he had passed away, and Hamish had picked up where his father had left off, which wasn't a really good move because honestly, Hamish was a dick anyways. I didn't like him in the first one, and I definitely didn't like him in the second one. When she finally got back to Wonderland, though, Underland, I wouldn't say Wonderland, it's Underland. Um, she had found out that the Hatter had gone. I can't say a little bit more mad because he's the Mad fucking Hatter. You can't go any more mad than the Mad Hatter. Um, he had believed that his family was still alive because he had found one day he had found a what was it? The first hat he had ever made when he was a little boy for his father, showing him the love that he thought his father had, with something like that. And then finds out that she's got to go steal, borrow the chronosphere from Time himself. You figured time has no gender, but in this movie, apparently time takes the form of a man, which isn't that bad. Um, she asks him, he says no, and yeah, obviously time's gonna say no, fuck that, because it operates, it maintains the grand clock, the grand master clock, which keeps all of time in check, time and all of time basically. She takes it, and oh, before she does that, we find out that time was dating the Red Queen, which is also weird. But she tries to go back and tries to fix. She tries to go back to, um, I forget the name of the day, and to save, to see if his family had survived that day, but time had caught up with her and knocked her off course, or she had gotten knocked off course by something else, and she wound up going back to another day. And she got to meet the Hatter, and she got to see before the White Queen became the White Queen, before the Red Queen took over the White Queen, and all that other good stuff. And then she winds up getting back on board, and she tries to go back further in time to try to fix the day where the Red Queen, Racy, I don't remember her full name, but nickname is Racy, uh, winds up hitting her head outside the palace, and it swells. But there was no changing that because she tried changing it, and it still happened, but in a different fashion. Other than that, she does. I'm not going to spoil the ending for anybody who hasn't seen it. Um, but it is definitely a recommended movie. Like I said, the graphics were nonstop, crazy good. Johnny Depp, an amazing job at the Mad Hatter again. Again, he did an amazing job. Um, I'm gonna finish this up by saying that at a later date, because this is still a new movie. It's still labeled new. I'm gonna do another review, but I'm going to watch Alice in Wonderland, then Alice Through the Looking Glass, and then do an all-out review which might be a lot longer than this video here. Again, like always, recommended. Go to your library, take it out, borrow it from a friend if you have a friend who owns it, or just go out and buy it. I mean, what's 15, $20? Some stores it's like 10, $15, depending where you go. But still, add it to your collection. I'm Virus. That's suggested, and I'll see you guys in my next review. Deuces.